check out some of my favorite games that just dropped today. Frostpunk 2 elevates the city's survival genre to a whole new level. You take the role of steward and lead your city through a multitude of calamities taking place in a post-apocalyptic snowy setting. The world is overtaken by an ever-present winter, which makes expansion of the city the only way for the survival of mankind. In order to grow, the metropolis needs resources like coal and oil, just like its citizens require food and warmth. In Frostpunk 2, it is your job to tackle this never-ending circle of supply and demand. The number of your citizens steadily grows, making the task of governing them and satisfying their demands all the more challenging. As the steward, you will have to maneuver carefully across the interests of many groups inhabiting the city. And when I tell you this is a fun post-apocalyptic adventure, it most definitely is. Plus, look at these graphics. Home Safety Hotline is an analog horror-inspired telephone operator simulator where you answer basically incoming calls from callers and questions that they have about things that are happening inside and outside of their home. And believe me when I tell you, there's a lot of really weird things going on in this place. So you read through a vast catalog of common pests and household hazards like you normally would, and you do your best to kind of become an expert in home safety. You are definitely held responsible for what happens. And believe me when I say, what's waiting around on the end of the line is extremely weird. The Karate Kid Street Rumble! And yes, you heard that right. Set in the iconic locales of the first three classic Karate Kid movies from the 1980s, you'll step out of the dojo and into the streets of San Fernando Valley and Okinawa as you battle the waves of enemies in this pixel art side-scrolling beat-em-up adventure. This game features intense martial arts combat and frenetic experience of constant fighting with a retro revival feel from the original iconic movies. Check this game out. Lorn's Lure is an atmospheric narrative first-person platformer with novel climb anything mechanics and modernized retro 3D graphics. Leaving his home colony while tracking a mysterious glitch, an android finds himself in the midst of a vast and dangerous structure, completely hidden from his people's knowledge. Unable to go back, you must keep going to find out where he's being led and why he's left in the first place. Welcome to Pneumata. The tenants are going missing. Screams echo and blood seeps through the walls of Clover Hill. As a detective, you will unravel the truth that lays within and recover your fragmented memories, or succumb to the horrors that lurk in the shadows within this super sinister blend of survival and psychological horror. Pneumata will scare the ever-loving crap out of you. And of course, for all of my seasoned horror players, this is one game you definitely need to check out. So prepare to the question, what is reality? And what is insanity? And one of the scariest psychological horrors that they say in years.